G'day, welcome to Thank You White Knights. Again, this is off of paoweb.com. It's a Galactic Federation update. Update by Sheldan Nidle for the Spiritual Hierarchy and the Galactic Federation. Salamat Jarin, we return with more to say about the ongoing events on your world. Right now, the secret conflict between the light and the dark continues. A number of things have happened that give these dark ones some added resources, but these are of temporary duration. Everywhere the need to curtail is showing itself. These things only add to the crescendo of chaos that is now engulfing your world. Behind this white noise is a group of very powerful families and individuals whose degree of personal panic matches the escalating chaos as they realize that there is no way out of this dilemma for them. Yet, they pursue their futile, tunnel vision course, which can only briefly lengthen the time they have left to remain in power. Despite knowing this, these dark ones have chosen to play out these roles until the time of change arrives and knocks them from their lofty perches. Meanwhile, our Earth allies are busy working the present financial crises and using them to complete the arrangements needed to accomplish this. The moment when change is possible is not far off. Those at the top of the dark-oriented regimes know this as well. What remains to be done are some final legal details which are to formally end this current nightmare of yours and transform it into something grand. Keep in mind as you read this that the events now close to happening form the end of a nearly 13 millennia long roller coaster ride for humanity. This ride allowed your ancestors and you to build up a vast mental, emotional, and spiritual database on the ways the dark and its cronies kept you in confusion and ignorance while using these conditions to manipulate you as they pleased. Now you are close to the point when you can cast off this dark mantle and gaze at last upon the true light of the day. This light will help you and allow you the wisdom to look at all this with fairness, and then turn it all over to heaven. The key point here is not to judge or accuse, but rather to learn from it and allow the wisdom in each of you to grow, even as your love for the manifesting new reality grows within you. Above you, we continue to monitor everything closely, detailing our liaison and diplomatic corps to oversee all that transpires. It is vital for the first contact that we use our expertise to guide our Earth allies and ask our fellow family in inner Earth to join in when necessary. The divine plan shows that this world is getting very close to the time for the long-awaited moments to finally happen. This endgame is reaching a point where some important precursor events can occur. The dark is putting on a good public face. However, behind the scenes, these dark ones are informally contacting their former off-world allies and desperately asking for help, but to no avail. This lack of cooperation is a further sign to them of just how much their formerly unassailable position has deteriorated. Their rapidly decreasing maneuverability shows them that a great shift in this world is not far off, leading them to wonder just how serious their future punishment might be. This prospect compels them to prolong the inevitable. As this strange power game plays out, we are gaining more and more allies. The old banking and financial system has thoroughly failed. The new system, proposed by the Basel II Agreement and by a number of informally approved new currency directives, is pushing the dark Kabbalists out of power. As the new consciousness shift gains adherence, it is helping those who once aided the dark to come to their senses and give credence to our Earth allies' propositions. Also relevant here is the commitment of the first contact team to completing their mission as soon as divinely possible. New developments daily demonstrate the truth of what we say, inclining these new allies to join us and see for themselves just how close the reality shift is to manifesting on your world. The new reality gives these new allies some initial wriggle room, but once we land, they know that this world of seemingly intractable schisms will end. Then comes the day when humanity can at least live in prosperity, peace, and cooperation. In this new world, you can start to become true stewards of Mother Earth. This involves more than being environmentally aware. It is more about perceiving Mother Earth as a living entity. Your Earth scientists need to regard themselves as a planetary medical team whose purview comprises a single holistic purpose to sustain and nurture Mother Earth's health. Such a team requires an interdisciplinary approach. Biology, geology, and geophysics need regular meetings to help each other to a better understanding of Mother Earth. This cross-pollination can begin the search for a new comprehensive paradigm for the sciences in general, which in turn can begin to form the prototypic base for a spiritual science. This foundation can be greatly upgraded by us after the landings. The important point here is that you begin this new approach and apply the technologies you possess to clean up and help maintain Mother Earth's well-being. As you start out on this path, jointly focused on such an immense project, you see not only yourselves but also your reality in a very different way. Once underway, this project can be much expanded by our arrival. Our role is to simply take what you have begun and apply those elements that can allow you to complete what you started. In addition, we wish to introduce a new way of looking at reality which can answer questions that will inevitably arise within you. Human nature, as with all sentient beings, possesses an innate need to explore and discover what makes things tick. This brings you to the whole subject of consciousness, including why you are here and your purpose in general. The answers to this and more will be found in the transition to full consciousness and in the amazing latent abilities you all possess. It is for this reason that we refer to first contact as the most important watershed in your recorded history, our landings and your quarantine on this planet. You move in a matter of months from being a planetary being to a galactic one. We see this as the great return. You can then embrace your inner Earth family and begin the journey of forging a new star nation. It is this new star nation that holds so much promise for us and for you. It is almost impossible at this present moment for you to get any sense at all of what is in front of you. All we can say is that this future of yours is filled with the most marvelous series of accomplishments. This is why heaven waited so long before asking us to begin this present first contact mission. Now the time is fast approaching when your global mayhem is to be replaced, first by a brief transitional period and then climaxed by our arrival on your shores. First contact is the final series of events that quickly leads you back to full consciousness. You have reached a point where a great deal of change is imminent. This involves not just structural change, but a transformation in the way you view reality and yourselves. Much is being thrown at you now, and it is important for you to remain centered and focused on the prize that is your return to full consciousness. Consider all the wondrous events in store for you and the sneak peeks that our ships provide. Many of you are witnessing our ships and snapping photos of us that prove to a much wider global audience that we are real. This evidence joins the chorus of scientists and astronauts who maintain that we are here for a truly beneficial and uplifting purpose. Today we talked about what is happening on your world and gave you a brief exposition of the moments behind recent events. We wish to repeat one critical point: stay in joy and concentrate on that most magnificent event, the return of full consciousness. We now leave, know, dear ones, in your heart of hearts, that the countless supply and never-ending prosperity of heaven are yours, so be it. Salamat Guzun, Salamat Jah, Syrian for be one and be in joy. Thank you, White Knight.